Okay, welcome again to More Than Missionary. We are your hosts, Christina.
And Ashley.
And today we are going to be doing a mini-sode. I kind of took the lead on this one and I wanted to do something kind of fun. So we are doing 10 kinky facts throughout history, okay? I found some really good ones online that I did not know about or some that I just thought were kind of funny and definitely wanted to include, as well as just some surprising things. You ever you go in a picture and somebody puts like bunny ears up right behind your ears, right? So putting bunny ears behind a person, although today is known as a funny trend and a joke to do in a photo, it had a very different meaning back in the ye olden times of like the medieval times.
Okay.
Sticking bunny ears behind somebody's head was considered, quote, the horns of shame, or cuckold's horns, which basically meant that that if you're doing it to somebody, that means that that person has cheated on you, and it means that you're calling somebody a foolish cuck. That's really what it stems from. So that's that's fact number one.
You want to know something funny? Is I didn't know what like a cuck was. I didn't know what it was. And I know that fetish. I know that I've heard of that.
I feel like I knew what cuckold means because of that movie. Have you ever seen it's with Steve Carell and it's with Emma Stone.
I can tell you right now that I haven't seen it.
Oh no. Okay, this is going to drive me crazy.
Well, that's why we have the iPad.
That's why we do have the iPad. You should look it up. Yeah. But essentially in the movie, he's like, his wife cheats on him and he's like drowning his sorrows in a bar and he's like, David Lindhagen cuckolded me. He cuckolded me. And he's just like telling everybody that will listen at this bar that his wife pretty much left him. And he's like, oh, he's cuckolded me. He cuckolded me like the whole time. And I had to look it up then. But that's the only
Crazy
reason.
Stupid.
Thank you. Crazy Stupid Love. That's where it's from. Yes. And it's such a funny movie. You should definitely check that one out. But
I watch a whole lot of TV.
Oh my God. It's, you know what? I'm a big movie person. I love movies. Yes. So that was our first fact, okay? Our second fact, this one I actually knew about, but I didn't know like how in depth it actually was. So Queen Victoria of England was known to be pretty much an infamous sex goblin. Like, she was a very sexual person. They found out about this through her diary, but it was also something that was well known about her. So she had a diary where she recorded her wild sexcapades with her cousin Prince Albert. And in fact, even in her bedroom, she even had a button in her room to lock the door automatically. And this was widely known throughout her court at the time.
I didn't know that, but didn't she have 9 kids?
I think she did have many children, yeah.
So I guess that makes sense.
I mean, it makes sense, but a lot of women during that time had a lot of children, but that had more to do with the fact that it's when you had sex, you had it to procreate, and there wasn't a whole lot of
there's not
a lot of protection.
Contraception.
Yeah, there wasn't a lot of contraception back then, so I feel like it was, So that I thought was a very interesting fact. It's just it's crazy because even 200 years ago, we had some raunchy ladies, we even the women of the leaders of the world 200 years ago had some pretty exciting sexy times. And
you know what? I wonder if
very much a saucy bird.
Correlation, high power, and sex drive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
A psychological correlation between
Potentially.
I feel like that's something that I'm gonna have to write down.
Yeah, you can try. You'll have to research that one.
Another thing to go in my notes pad.
Okay, so on Victoria's wedding night, her diary. Let's just say it did not disappoint. It said, quote, "I never spent." I should just say in British accent. I never spent such an evening. My dearest, Dear Albert sat on a footstool by my side, and his excessive love and affection gave me feelings of heavenly love and happiness I never could have hoped to have felt before. He clasped me in his arms, and we kissed each other again and again. Oh, this was the happiest day of my life. Like that, the fact that she wrote that in her diary, first of all, that's lovely. I mean, listen, I'm not into the whole cousin marrying cousin, but this is also 200 years ago.
Yeah, that was the thing back in the day.
It was the thing of the times.
Keep the riches in the fam, you know?
Pretty much, and especially within the royal family too. So I thought that was very interesting. I know that there's a couple movies out there that showcase how sexual she was. I think there's a TV show about it too. We'll put it in the show notes. I'll tell you all about it then. So our third fact, okay? Considered by German researchers, the oldest dildo is 28,000 years old. And they found this because the tip of this phallic-shaped, I don't know what it was made out of, maybe like metal, something, was highly polished, and it was thought to be highly polished from overuse. So even back,
Wait, where did they find this?
You know what? Let me look it up, because that's all I wrote about it. Because I was like, oh, wow. While we're researching that, I'm going to keep going to the next one. Okay. Number 4, foot fetishes date back to the ancient world. Greek philosopher, oh God, I hope I don't butcher this one. Philostratus had 3 love letters where he clearly was idolizing feet. These 3 love letters where all he talked about was like worshiping feet, like worshiping the ground.
They did do research about sex and feet and the correlation between that.
Interesting.
And like where it is in our brain and like why so many people have foot fetishes. And it's actually like very common.
Interesting. God, this is about the 28,000-year-old dildos. So this article, which was written in 2021, which I believe is when they either found it or at least it got popular, certainly on the internet, that it was discovered. So it is an artifact that many consider to be the world's oldest dildo, known as the Hohle Phallus, is indeed around 28,000 years old. It was found in Germany. Yeah, I mean, obviously, this is just for you guys, but like this is what they look like. It is literally like there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 dildo shaped phallic old, like I don't know if they're made out of rock or some sort of metal, but like these definitely look like penises. So yeah, 28,000 years old. So even way back then, we were getting real creative, guys.
Oh my gosh, this is so funny. I'm like finding other stuff. One of the early civilizations to experiment with dildos was Egypt. Egyptian paintings from 3000 BCE show women wearing large phallic objects around their waist to pay tribute to the god Osiris.
Oh, interesting. I did not know that.
In 50 BCE, Queen Cleopatra filled a hollow gourd with bees, causing it to vibrate and allegedly creating the first vibrator.
Wow. Wait, when was this?
50 BCE.
Oh, wow. I mean, what did they use to get it to vibrate at the time?
The bees.
The bees? They would stick bees in it? Oh yeah, my God.
Bees in
the things we do to get off, guys.
This has like a list of. Okay, we're getting off.
We're getting way off topic. Anyway.
Okay. Diving way too deep into one topic of the topic.
Okay. Actually, this is very, very relevant because right now it is, we're in the holiday season. I have like all my holiday decorations up right now. So, mistletoes with white berries were a sign of male fertility, with the white berries as a symbol for cum, essentially. Same in Celtic and in ancient Greek cultures, all were symbols of male fertility. So that I thought was very interesting. So, when you're kissing under the mistletoe, you know why.
You can think of daddy's cum.
Yeah, you just lap up daddy's cum. That's what you can think of. It's getting saucy in here. Okay. Okay, this one I thought was kind of interesting too. Condoms used to be made out of intestines of our animals, with a tie at the base to secure it. I did see a picture of it, and it certainly didn't look clean, but you got to do what you got to do to not get pregnant. So
I went down a deep dive with that.
you did? Okay, so apparently this remained popular until the mid 1800s.
Yeah.
So that was interesting.
They would like wash it and like reuse it.
Yeah, that's pretty unsanitary.
So gross.
Hopefully it was just like not shared. Like, you're like, oh, I've got
You
one.
know that bitch was being passed around.
Oh, that's so nasty.
They like come out and be like, brother, just got it in.
Just gotta get it up in
Washed
there.
it all out for you. I'm good for the night. Like,
well,
I got one condom per household.
I'm very happy we live in modern times. Okay. All right. Okay. Next fact. Julius Caesar was considered a queer icon of his time. He was known to have many queer affairs and was known to have cross-dressed, with the saying, quote, he's every woman's man and every man's woman, which was a phrase that was attached to his name. So yeah, Julius Caesar. I mean, I'm not surprised. Like, ancient Greek and ancient Rome was very queer. Like, a lot of
ancient times were. I think about that a lot. I mean, if you really think about it, though, in a lot of like pagan societies in general, people were very fluid. And, like, it was very normal to share people's, like, wives and husbands.
Yeah, no, it was. There's a lot of, yeah, it was way more fluid.
Yeah.
It's, going off of that, some scholars, as another kinky fact, okay, so some scholars believe that women would cut their hair short during ancient Greece when they got married because it made men more comfortable in their marital relations, because it was so common that men would have sex with other men. So in forms of just getting married, because I think getting married in ancient Greece didn't necessarily have much to do with love as much as it had to do with like status and alliances and money and things like that. So, but like women would cut their hair short, I guess, to, make the men that they married more comfortable, because, it was just more open to being gay at the time. So
Everybody was fucking.
Everybody was fucking in ancient Greece. Head on down to ancient Greece. It is
fuck around.
It's just the whole thing is a giant orgy. Okay. Okay. So next thing on here. Okay. So in the 10th century, it was written in the Bouchard of Worms. I think it was that was like a newspaper of some sort, or article at the time, but that women would used to shove fish up their vaginas to attract men. Once it marinated in their vagina, they would take it out, cook it, and serve it to their potential bedmate or lover as an aphrodisiac. So you can I listen, I didn't want to believe it until I like confirmed it, and I was like, that's pretty rough. I don't know how popular it was. Obviously this is from an article, right? That like
wait, but okay, I have so many questions. Many questions. Is the fish gutted? Is this just like fillets?
No, like
is
you
this like
stick
a
an
whole
entire
fish?
Yeah, like you stick an entire fish up your vag.
But what about like the gills and stuff?
Yeah, it's all going up.
It's there,
just
like sharding the bits.
It's just marinating in your vagina. I'm sure it wasn't like a huge fish or something.
But like the little gills, like
I mean, maybe they like took those off. I don't know how it was.
Those bitches can be sharp. Like they're just gonna.
I don't know the full details of like how it was prepped prior to sticking it in your vagina. Or
oh my god, was it full of like the
probably.
The slimy?
I don't know. I bet you they would wash it. I mean, like I would.
Oh no, they're trying to get that smell. As a fisherman, I'm so confused right now, and I'm never gonna be able to look
bring that back. Let's bring back that trend.
We just had sushi. Why would you do that to me?
I mean, sushi is an aphrodisiac, isn't it? Oysters are, but I wouldn't recommend shoving oysters up your vagina. So
please don't shove any.
Yeah, disclaimer: don't.
Please.
Don't shove fish. Fish are friends, not food, and not to be shoved up your vagina.
They're not vagina food.
Okay, I have one more kinky fact on here. Well, kind of one more fact. I'm just saying. So, in the ancient world, flipping somebody the bird didn't mean fuck you. It meant I want to fuck you because it represented the penis with the balls on either side. That's what it meant. So it was like if somebody was like, it meant like follow me. So that I thought those were very interesting facts. Some of them were a little beyond me, but I thought they were very interesting. And then actually, you know what? I do have a bonus fact. I thought this one was really cool. Like, as, like, the female rage part of me, I was like, yeah. Like, I thought this one was really cool. So, Bonny was a queer pirate from the 18th century who was rumored to have run into battle with her tits out, so her victims knew they were about to be murdered by a woman. Which, like, how badass? Like, if you're gonna be fucking murdering people as a pirate, I like the confidence you go into. Because the confidence you go into, just first of all, bare-chested, like, you know how dangerous that must have been to just be walking up like, no barrier, so, like, if somebody tried to stab you.
Barrier.
I mean, clearly, like, yeah, right? Maybe I don't know how big her tits were, but like,
I'm saying I could never. They would still be like, I can't tell. Is that?
I'd be like, here's the
woman?
problem. I would be scared that I would knock somebody out with my tit. So, like, I don't know if that would be a good idea. Like, it hurts to run without a bra. Okay. So I would not be able to.
Not all of us are so blessed.
I'm sorry. This is a blessing and a curse. I love my boobs, but I also have back problems, so, you know, it is what it is. Yeah, those are all of my facts. So 10 and a bonus. So 11 facts, really, truly. 11 kinky facts that I had found throughout history. I thought that was I thought it'd be a cute little segment to have in here for a Minisode. And yeah, do you have any thoughts, comments?
I'm really just stuck on the fish.
You're stuck on the fish. Yeah, no, that's fair.
I'll never look at a fish ever again.
I really, honestly, I should do more of a deep dive into that one because it was very interesting. And I kind of was like, wow, that's an interesting fact. And then I just put it down and moved on to the next fact. But you know what? Honestly, one that I want to do a bigger deep dive in is Queen Victoria. Like, I want to do an entire minisode just diving into this woman's diary because I did read some of it and I was like, wow.
Wait, is her whole diary, like, publicized?
I'm pretty sure a lot of it is. Like, I don't know if the whole thing is. I would like to do that research, though, to find out. Because I found the fact that this queen was, like, a sex goblin, essentially, like, nymphomaniac, potentially. I would love to know more about it. And especially for, like, 200 years ago, too. That is fascinating to me. There is a movie, and it's with, actually, this one's with Emma Watson, too, and she plays the lover of Queen Victoria. Like, I don't know how accurate it is, but I'm pretty sure Queen Victoria had also, like, female lovers as well. So she kind of just she could just kind of have whatever she wanted, so, because she was the fucking Queen of England.
Oh, yeah, most people in power can.
Yeah, they're like, I'm just gonna fuck you and I don't care. So, but yeah. That is, those are our 11 kinky facts throughout history. Let us know in the comments if that is something that you would like more information about. If you would like us to do this again. I thought it was very fun to research.
Also, comment any, like, weird kinky facts.
Yeah, if you guys have any weird kinky facts about throughout history that you know about, we would love to read them, and we can, like, read them in our next pod about kinky facts, and we'll put them in there. So if you want to do that, you can email us at morethanmissionary69@gmail.com. So,
Do you feel hot saying that?
Very
69.
$69.
I'm, like, so stuffed up, I can't do that. Like, I sound so stupid right now.
Oh, God. Oh, well, We are your hosts. I'm Christina.
I'm Ashley.
And this was More Than Missionary. We will see you guys on the next one. Adios.